Welcome to Research Creations, and thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I will be covering the topic of GMOs, an abbreviation of genetically modified organism. As this is a topic of great controversy, I will be going into what GMOs are, how they are developed, and disproving the supposed negative health effects of GMOs. Though I do support the development of GMOs, I will also cover some of their negatives as well. I hope to clear up some of the negative stigma surrounding GMOs in this video by revealing the facts. Now, let's get into the video. A genetically modified organism, or GMO, is an organism that was artificially modified by humans through genetic engineering. Organisms that are widely modified through genetic engineering include plants, animals, and bacteria. GMOs usually have different characteristics compared to its unaltered counterpart. Traits such as pest resistance, larger yields, or a long shelf life are some popular examples. These traits can all be altered through the organism's DNA, and DNA is what genetic engineering takes advantage of. I will go into how GMOs are developed in the following section. GM crops and animals are everywhere in today's day and age, and they influence the agriculture industry strongly. In the US, over 90% of corn and soy are GMO crops, and those are just two examples. Potatoes, wheat, and apples are also heavily grown as their GMO variant. GMOs are useful for the pharmaceutical industry as well, as they are heavily relied upon when developing antibiotics or medical insulin. There are some famous examples as well, where GMOs saved crop and human populations from decreasing further, such as modified potatoes that were resistant to blight, or modified papayas that were resistant to its respective ring spot virus, which almost wiped out Hawaii's papaya industry. Us humans have been artificially modifying plants and animals since the dawn of agriculture, through processes such as selective breeding, explained in this video, or crossbreeding. We can speed this process up through modern technologies, which are more efficient and controllable. We can choose the traits we want and alter them to our needs. This section will cover how GMOs are developed through modern technological advancements. Unlike selective breeding, genetic engineering is not based on luck, as it is a more targeted form of breeding. It basically works through altering an organism's DNA by removing genes, or adding in genes from other organisms. The genes added to an organism's DNA are called plasmids, and they are very important in genetic engineering. Plasmids are small pieces of DNA separate from the cell's chromosome. They store genetic information and can be transferred from one genome to another. They can carry traits from one organism to another. This is what goes on in genetic engineering. No harmful substances or pathogens are injected into an organism, which many critics speculate to be the case. The benefits of GMOs are tremendous. I will go on and explain some of them. GM crops with pest resistance have prevented populations from dying of famine. Weather-resistant crops have brought new life to agriculture in places previously unsuitable for farming. GMOs have also brought life-saving drugs more available to the market. Drugs such as insulin would not exist without them. GMOs create more opportunity for farmers and creates more jobs in agriculture. It also grants us a future where we can feed the ever-increasing population. Though there are plenty of benefits of genetic engineering, there are some ethical considerations when dealing with GMOs. Genetic engineering does disrupt the normal agriculture practices such as growing by the crop cycle. Another downside is the overuse of herbicides. As many GM crops are modified to resist herbicides, farmers are incentivized to use more herbicides to combat weeds and other unwanted intruders.